Welcome back. Today, we follow Ruddy's wild journey of spending all savings on tuition. At night, Ruddy enters the storage room through windows like a thief, and dreams make life less boring. He always remembers Peter's words. Notre Dame's new season starts, but Ruddy, an unwelcome guest, is coldly denied entry. Listening to the cheers from the stands, Ruddy feels like a forgotten toy, so close yet so far behind those walls. Once the crowd thins, he savours the game's lingering warmth, as if waiting alone for the future feels endless. At night, as usual, he sneaks into the storage room, only to find a set of blankets and a key waiting for him. Clearly, the old black dude was in on the secret all along. Next day, Ruddy thanked his quietly caring uncle, only to see an innocent look. Some things don't need words. Understanding is the best communication. After a semester's worth of lessons, Ruddy gives it his all. Ultimately, he walks out with 3 BS proudly in hand. It's a huge step, but the road to Notre Dame is still a long one. Sure enough, his transfer application is rejected, and Ruddy trudges home before Christmas, dejected. He hopes for some comfort from his family, but instead is met with a chilly reception from his dad and teasing from his brother. To make matters worse, his ex is now dating his brother, and even though the house is lit up like a Christmas tree, not a single light shines for him. Anger and shame drive Ruddy to leave, resuming his solitary dream pursuit. Even without ideal approval and hopeless love, he strives for his goals. Ruddy's second semester remains tough, yet the outcomes are still far from satisfactory. Ruddy complains to the administrator uncle about having wasted a whole year, but the old man does not share his view. We cling stubbornly to what we don't have, often overlooking the beauty along the way. Focusing too much on results can lead to the opposite of what we hope. Ruddy wakes up from this dream, diving back into his studies with a fresh attitude, but his mediocre talent leaves him with scant rewards. His third semester application remains silent. His hard work feels like drops of rain in a desert, gradually fading away, leaving him lost. He decides to seek the priest's help, sharing the bitter tale of his hard work without results. The priest comforts him, saying, "You've put in so much effort for your dream. Now it's time to pray." In a blink of an eye, the 4th semester ends, and Ruddy finally musters the courage to open the Notre Dame letter. Tears of joy fill his eyes. His day in, day out efforts truly pay off. Life is generous to those who work hard and stay dedicated. Ruddy immediately tells his dad the good news, who, with disbelief, gazes at the acceptance letter in his hand. His brother might not be thrilled, but he congratulates Ruddy. Dad asks if he wants to stay and work over the summer. However, Ruddy has bigger fish to fry, attending Notre Dame's summer training camp. It's packed with football geniuses, but only 15 will make it to the second team. Ruddy, eyes determined, is set to fight for dreams. He knows this field best. Countless times of falling and rising again, his will is as strong as iron, even though his physique isn't advantageous. Finally, the assistant coach sees his grit and keeps him, warning not to slack off. Ruddy is gleefully ready to take off, as his dream is within reach. With gratitude, he heads to the field to thank the administrator uncle. This time, he returns the storage key to the old man, still echoing, "I know nothing about this," but this time there's a promise attached. The following training goes smoothly, and although the main players knock him down repeatedly, he shows no signs of backing off. The harder he works, the more skepticism he faces. The vice-captain knocks him down mercilessly during a clash, then hurls insults at him. Once calm, the vice-captain finds Ruddy to apologize for his earlier outburst, then asks puzzled, "It'll be going against you in next week's game, got it?" Ruddy gives his all, not just in practice, but even in the stands, brimming with enthusiasm, yet some still harbour ill will towards him. That day at practice, Ruddy knocked down an unprepared attacker, who, furious, threw the ball at him. This guy not only beat Ruddy but calls him a show-off jerk. The head coach arrives furious. "What's your problem?" The coach exclaims angrily. "This jerk thinks he's a superstar." The coach sees all the hard work. Yet, back home, they are oblivious. They only believe what's on TV. Dad and his brother refuse to accept Ruddy made the team. Subtitles. Ruddy goes back to find his coach with the hope of being granted an opportunity to play in the next season as a present for his father, and the coach gladly consents. After all that hard work, he deserves a chance, and he rushes to share this good news with his dad. The next day, the paper reported the coach's resignation. The new coach knows nothing about him. Despite Rudy's continued efforts, his name never appears in the starting roster. Even someone as strong as him sheds tears of frustration in the stillness of night. If the ending holds no significance, then what value does the journey possess? The cycle of hope and disappointment continues through the season, culminating in the final game's roster without Rudy's name. Subtitles: Rudy, feeling disheartened, misses the final practice match, and the administrative uncle advises him to be content with what he has. The uncle mentions he has seen enough games, just not from the stands but from the bench. He used to be a player himself at Notre Dame. The uncle left due to no chance, regrets it, and hopes Rudy avoids the same mistake. Even with an imperfect dream, Rudy chooses to don his jersey and return to the training field.